with this bear, which caused it to act in, I think, what can only be described as almost an insane manner.
The first two victims were a Texas woman and her 10-year-old son. They had stopped along the boardwalk between the two hot springs to look at some plants and flowers.
At the attack site here, we had victim number 1 and victim number 2 coming down the boardwalk from the Hanging Gardens, where they noticed the bear to the left here. The bear was about 10 meters off the boardwalk, and it was at this site here where the bear charged and literally came through the railing of the boardwalk and attacked victim number 1. The coroner's report indicates that the bear literally pounced on the back of victim number 1 with both front paws, literally crushing the chest of the woman. At that time, victim number 2 was breaking off branches and trying to poke the bear to help his mother that was in definite need. And at that point, after pouncing on the victim number 1, the bear then proceeded to attack victim number 2. It caught the boy by the leg and did some damage to the leg and into the hip area. And at that point, the cries from help were responded to. There were others arriving at the scene, and victim number 3 arrived to try and deal with the bear and the attack on victim number 2. That bear then turned down the boardwalk here to my right and literally attacked victim number 3 and dragged him to the edge of the railing there and tossed him off the boardwalk into the bush.
While his actions probably saved the 10-year-old's life, Ray Kitchen died of his injuries.
At that time, there were other people around trying to break off sticks, branches, to try and get the bear off victim number 3. At that point, the bear stopped with the attack on victim number 3 and took off underneath the boardwalk and bolted over to our boardwalk here close to the beta pool where it attacked victim number 4.
Ari Vandervelden, a geophysicist from Calgary, was taking part in an experiment in the area and with a group of his fellow researchers was relaxing in the upper hot springs.
We heard some screaming in the distance, and at first we thought they were just obnoxious campers and making some noise. So a lady showed up and said there was a bear attack going on, and a boy had been bitten. And that's when our group of people, there was also some other people there in the experiment, figured we should probably get out and go and get help or see if we could be of assistance or even just get out ourselves. We walked on the boardwalk towards the area. When we approached the area, we didn't even see the scene where the other maulings were. We heard some thrashing through the bushes. Somebody yelled, "Run for your life, the bear's coming your way." Everybody scattered. Saw the bear coming towards me. I slipped and fell. Next thing I knew, the bear was on top of me.
The bear left victim number 3 over near the Hanging Gardens and proceeded to come through the bush towards this portion of the boardwalk that leads behind me to the beta pool. At that particular time, there was a group of 3 or 4 coming down from the beta pool to assist because they heard the cries for help. One of the 4 tripped and fell on the boardwalk, and at that point the bear came charging through the bush to my left here and attacked the victim right over on this side here.
At this point, I was able to sort of ward off the first couple of bites by kicking it in the nose, but it did manage to get around me and latched onto my leg, at which it started tearing. So it bit me in the leg for a little while, and then checked over the rest of my body. It sort of clawed and bit a little bit. At the time, I was wearing shorts and a fleece jacket, and perhaps it didn't find the tastiest morsel where all the fleece and so was, and it didn't quite taste as good. So it went back to my leg and continued tearing at my leg.
The bear dragged the victim over to the left-hand side of the boardwalk, proceeded to continue to attack victim number 4. The victim then tried to protect himself by leaning up against this log over here, protecting his vitals and his neck.
Well, I was pulled across the boardwalk. The bear dragged me along like I was just a little rag doll and I weighed nothing at all. While I had my face pressed down on the ground, I could hear its breathing. While it was mauling my leg, I could hear it tearing away at it. I could hear it lick and then paw away at it. I was screaming in pain. I was screaming for help. I could hear my friends in the distance screaming as well, screaming at the bear and screaming for help. But yet they're powerless to do anything. And so when the realization set in, the situation's not changing, and the bear's just going to continue to tear away at me. At this point, I was just hoping that I would, go into shock or pass out soon, because I didn't want to endure this much longer. And the realization set in that I was going to die. And next thing I knew, a gunshot rang out, and it was all over.
The bear had been shot by a tourist. The autopsy revealed that the bear was 16 years old, had no body fat, and its muscles were being consumed to meet its metabolic needs. The bear was literally starving to death.
Right now, we're using